ready to become a cybersecurity professional in just 4 months? At SoftAfric, we provide the perfect blend of theory and hands-on experience to prepare you for the job market even before you graduate. Our state-of-the-art virtual labs ensure you gain practical skills. Dedicated virtual machines are assigned to each student, giving you a personalized learning experience. With a 98% success rate, SoftAfric stands out. We don't just stop at training, we help you craft the perfect resume, ace your interviews, and support you even after you land the job. Our state-of-the-art virtual labs
Why you'll
ensure
love
you
signing
gain
up with
practical
us.
skills. 1. Each learner gets a complimentary 1-year antivirus subscription for their computer. 2. Dedicated virtual machines are assigned to each student. 3. Students can access recorded classes to review each session as needed. 4. Test banks are available to prepare students for the exam. Our lectures are scheduled from Thursday to Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with 2-hour sessions that fit into your schedule. Join the ranks of successful cybersecurity professionals today. Enroll now at SoftAfric by emailing us at elearning@softafrique.net or calling 4089615150. Your future in cybersecurity starts here. Are you ready to become a cybersecurity professional in just 4 months? At SoftAfric, we provide the perfect blend of theory and hands-on experience to prepare you for the job market even before you graduate. Our state-of-the-art virtual labs ensure you gain practical skills. Dedicated virtual machines are assigned to each student, giving you a personalized learning experience. With a 98% success rate, SoftAfric stands out. We don't just stop at training, we help you craft the perfect resume, ace your interviews, and support you even after you land the job. Why you'll love signing up with us. 1. Each learner gets a complimentary 1-year antivirus subscription for their computer. 2. Dedicated virtual machines are assigned to each student. 3. Students can access recorded classes to review each session as needed. 4. Test banks are available to prepare students for the exam. Our lectures are scheduled from Thursday to Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with 2-hour sessions that fit into your schedule.
So, hello everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of Threat Intelligence Seminar. And I guess this will be for the social media people. And our session is actually looking down into two, as you always know it. And this Threat Intelligence is organized by South Africa group of companies. And we actually offer cybersecurity training. So this threat intelligence awareness is here to actually guide you to make right decisions, is to train people or also bring people on board who are actually interested in cybersecurity. And we have our first session, that is our video awareness training, or our video awareness training, sorry, where we play you a video, you watch the video, and the video actually teach you a few things about cybersecurity. So that is what I'll do for now. I'll play the video twice so that you get to understand what is in the video, and then you can actually use it for your day-to-day activities.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Hello.
we can hear you, Nanaya. Yeah.
Okay. The video, the sound is not coming, so I was just trying to make sure it's just me.
Okay. Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, the sound is working now.
Ninjio, Episode 808, Cybercrime Wave. Security topic, Artificial Intelligence Data Privacy. Starring Larry Manetti as Stan. As with every new technology, artificial intelligence, AI, comes with risks. Before utilizing the opportunities and rewards AI has to offer, it's important to fully investigate its vulnerabilities in order to manage associated risks. Interior, coastal home, Hilo, Hawaii. Ayla is startled awake by a text that says, "Tsunami warning. You are in danger." Ayla runs to her grandfather Stan's bedroom.
Grandpa, wake up!
Ayla, well, what's going on?
Tsunami's coming! We need to get to higher ground. Now!
Stan loses his grip on his wheelchair and falls to the ground. A surge of water is fast approaching.
We gotta hurry!
Ayla, go. Save yourself.
No! I won't leave you! No!
Hospital room. 2 days later, a woman enters.
Stan Michaels.
Yes?
I was told I could find you here. I'm Governor Kuwahara.
I know who you are. Please leave.
I'd like to explain.
There's nothing to explain. I was told what happened. The Tsunami Warning Center had new technology that could have pinpointed the warning to the area in the tsunami's path, which could have focused the emergency response. But you chose not to use it.
That's not completely true.
Flashback. Pacific Tsunami Warning Center.
Hello?
Governor, sorry to wake you. A tsunami's headed for your state.
Where's it gonna hit?
Hilo. We're preparing to send a general warning to all residents of Hawaii Island.
No. That could lead to widespread panic and overwhelm our emergency response. I was briefed about your new Chat Analytica AI tool. Use it now. Input resident data to focus the warning to Hilo only.
That's not an option yet. There's a federal directive in place that prohibits the use of that tool.
To protect people's privacy rights?
Yes. Demographic data contains highly sensitive PII. If it falls into the wrong hands, countless people could be harmed.
We're talking about saving people's lives here.
Unfortunately, it just isn't an option. It's too risky to load all that personally identifiable information. Bad actors have already circumvented security controls on AI technologies like this and accessed sensitive information. I'm sorry, Governor, but my hands are tied.
Fine. Send the tsunami warning. Wide. To the entire island. I wasn't happy in that moment. But looking back, she did the right thing.
How can you say that? Because the alert went wide, panic ensued. Emergency response units were swamped with telephone calls, overwhelmed. And now, my Ayla is missing.
The technology is too new and has too many inherent risks that need to be solved at a policy level before standardizing its use. If used improperly, it could have a privacy impact on millions of residents. AI has incredible potential, but it comes with enormous responsibility we don't fully understand yet. And thankfully, not a single life was lost to the tsunami, including Ayla's.
Ayla enters the room.
Grandpa!
I got word she was found while I was en route to see you. I am making the vetting of AI a top priority, so we're prepared to use every technological advantage available to us the next time.
Thank you. Thank you, Governor.
Teachable takeaways. When interfacing with and providing data to AI tools, such as ChatGPT, be aware of supplying PII or sensitive information that may violate corporate policy or regulatory laws. The information supplied to AI tools may be accessible to bad actors or present other unintended threats. Be considerate of that if information is sensitive. New tools such as AI have incredible potential, but the risk should be understood and governance should be applied before implementing.
All right, so yes, welcome back from the video. And I believe that we all know how important I think AI is coming to our lives, but then we must actually be cautious of how we handle AI and how we provide data with AI, because that information can go a long way to actually being handed to, let's say, cyber criminals. And that is from the video that we just watched. And now looking at AI, today we'll be looking at another tool that also uses AI to perform, but this tool is actually being used by the good guys, right? So it is something that we all also can actually get to learn if we want to, and it will actually help us. So if you don't even have any knowledge in cybersecurity, you can actually use this tool as long as you are familiar with some of the few terms that you will use today. Now, the tool is a vulnerability management tool. Now, when you talk about vulnerability management, think of it as, let's say that we all use our mobile phones, we all use laptops for works and personal things. And now, every time there's a mobile phone, or every time, let me use iPhone, they release their new phone. These new phones come with, let's say, new things. The camera quality changes, the storage is bigger, maybe the processor and all these things, they add new things to that. And with these new phones also comes new technologies. So when you looked at, let's say, iPhone 6 coming to 7, there was nothing like AirDrop in iPhone 6, iPhone 7, whereby I can just stand next to you. As long as I'm using an iPhone, you can just share whatever you want to share to me, as long as I'm using an iPhone. Now, this AirDrop actually came with the OS change. That means, or an OS upgrade, meaning that if you don't have this version of Apple, that's iOS, you won't be able to use this AirDrop right now. So there was iOS 12, iOS 13, 14, 15, and I think now we are at iOS 18. That is the latest one, and 19 is coming out. Now, with each iOS comes new security update or new security patches. Now, with these vendors, they also have their own cybersecurity team. They have their blue team, they have their red team. One team is actually defensive, that is defending the company as a whole. The other team's main job is to find weaknesses in their apps, weaknesses in their operating systems. So these people will sit down, scan their operating system, scan their applications, scan everything, do analysis, and probably find out weaknesses or what we call vulnerabilities. As soon as they find these weaknesses, they tell their team or they tell the whole team, they sit down and then they bring up what we term as an update or a patch. Right. So anytime you get an update on your phone, be it a software or even the operating system as a whole, it means that they have actually fixed some vulnerability or they fixed some bugs. That's how they term it in coding. They fix some problems. And because of this problem, they are releasing an update so that you install the update and you won't have that weakness on your system. Because if they don't do that and a hacker or somebody is able to actually hack your phone or hack your system through that particular weakness, you can sue them and they'll pay for damages. But when they actually bring the update and you don't install this particular update, and let's say something happens to your phone or you're hacked through that particular weakness, you can't actually blame them because they've brought this particular update. It's left with you to install that update. So that's why in cybersecurity, we always talk about updating your mobile phone, updating your laptop. Make sure you get the latest version of that particular software that you are using, and it will go a long way to fixing your security for you. Now, when we actually bring it to the organizational setting, we know that you might find yourself working in an organization that you yourself will not have the time to be installing all these updates. And mind you, you might have, let's say, hundreds of computers. So inside an organization, let's say that everybody has a laptop and the person is using the laptop to actually do their services. Now, you wouldn't actually get the time to install updates on each person's laptop, right? No, because it is actually quite difficult to do that. And in cybersecurity, there are tools there that can actually help you best identify the vulnerabilities and the weaknesses. If you don't identify the weaknesses, why will you even go ahead and try to install updates? So there's a tool that helps actually make cybersecurity professionals have the ability to scan computers. And by scanning the computers, they will get to know the vulnerabilities on those computers. And with that, they can look at out of the vulnerabilities, which ones we should fix first, which ones we should fix last, because even with these weaknesses, some of them are dangerous than others. And let me use the human body as an example. We humans have weaknesses, and that's part of our nature. And some of our weaknesses are quite devastating than others. There are some that you can do away with, or there are some that even if people know, they won't actually shame you, or society won't actually shame you like that. Let me put it that way. But there are some weaknesses that are quite dangerous that you only know of. And if, let's say, people get to know of these weaknesses, they might even use it or probably, let me say, morally, they might even shame you more for that. And that also happens in security, where there are some weaknesses that when these hackers get their hands on can cause more damage than others. So with these weaknesses, you fix them first before you look at the other ones that are not quite dangerous. Let me put it that way. So the tool that they use for these things, we have a lot of the tools out there, and the one that we have accepted in our company is Qualys. The tool is called Qualys, and it's mostly for vulnerability management. And let me actually demonstrate a few things to you so that if you would want to actually use Qualys on your own to fix your own vulnerabilities, you can, because you need to actually get the latest update and then the latest patches on your computer, because we live in a world where cyber criminals are getting many, or they are getting plenty, let me put it that way, and they are trying to find weaknesses in our laptops. In our part of the country, Ghana, we don't actually experience a lot of cyber attacks. No, most of our attacks are actually related with social engineering, whereby somebody will call you and pretend to be your friend, your auntie, your uncle, or a company that is in our part of the world. Because our hackers, or let me put it that way, do not actually target individual companies or trying to hack for individual persons, trying to hack into our laptop, our mobile phones. They do not target us individually, they target companies and businesses. But in other parts of the world, even you as a person, you can actually be targeted. And our enemies are not only the criminals, the organizations, and all those people. Our enemy or somebody who would want to hack into your system can even be your ex-boyfriend or your ex-girlfriend or your husband or your spouse. They would want to know what you are doing on your device. Probably be suspecting you of some kind of you are cheating, or let them put it that way. Or this person, you actually broke off with this person and this person is angry. This person would want to actually get some information on you to shame you or to actually, bring you down. So all these people can also be your enemies. And that is why mostly we see a lot of things on social media where people's sensitive pictures and videos are circulating. Most of them come out of a disgruntled ex-boyfriend or ex-partner who is not happy about the breakup and would want to shame you or something like that. And these people are also your enemies. Yes, because they would find ways to make sure they get something on you. And that is also against your confidentiality. One of the foundational principles of cybersecurity is confidentiality, making sure that people who are not authorized to have access to your data, prevent them from having access to that, irrespective of who the person is. As long as you have not given this person permission, it means this person can't view your data or your personal information. Let me put it that way. So now, Qualys can be used for vulnerability management to pick out the weaknesses, the vulnerabilities in applications. And then when you actually use Qualys is a cloud platform. When you talk about the cloud is the internet or a kind of technology that you can access anywhere. So with Qualys, as long as you have an account, if you actually log into Qualys from the US, from the UK, you still have everything for you intact. If you actually log in from a different device, you still get your data intact, or you still get whatever you want Qualys to do for you intact. It is a cloud platform, and it also uses artificial intelligence, just like the video we just watched. And with this, there are two ways in which Qualys actually gets to be on your computer or gets to know the information, the vulnerabilities on your computer. And the vulnerabilities are so many that you can't even count all of them for one device, because your device has an operating system that is the Windows that you use. So Windows 11, Windows 10. Now, with that Windows comes a lot of applications. The Windows came with its own applications. The Windows came with its own back end. So we have so let me use, you have calculator on your laptop, you have date and time on your laptop, you have notepad, you have the start menu, you have a lot of different applications. Now, all these things are applications that came with that operating system. And all these applications can have vulnerabilities. So aside those things, then you look at the applications you have on your device that you downloaded on your device. So Microsoft, if you use MS Word for editing documents, please give me a minute. Okay, so aside that, you have a lot of other things on your device. Your games you play or the games you've downloaded, the apps you use for work, the apps you use for leisure, all these things are all of them are apps, right? So you must actually make sure that you identify these vulnerabilities and you solve them, or the ones that are dangerous, you solve them. And Qualys have two ways that it does that. The first one is through what we call cloud agent, right? A cloud agent actually deals with or is an application or an extension of Qualys. So the cloud agent acts as a small application itself. And this small application can be installed on your device. What it does is it scans your computer in the background, and the default hours is every 4 hours, it scans your computer for you in the background. It scans to actually look for weaknesses in your systems based on a lot the weakness that we have out there. So it has a database where it has collected all vulnerabilities, weaknesses in the world, and based if it scans and look at the signature in this app and it sees that this app that you are using matches the signature of the vulnerabilities we have in the world, then it'll flag that application that this application has vulnerability, right? And then it will report to Qualys that this particular system has lots of vulnerabilities that this person should look to fix it. So the first thing that we have is Cloud Agent, and it is the best one to get results to if you want to look at results, because it scans in the background. You look at the back end and all applications that you have and gives you the correct amount of data that you need to fix it. And then we have the second one, which is by scanning your computer from the outside. Scanning your computer from the outside, that is, it takes your IP address of your computer. An IP address is a digital address of your computer. So look at take your IP address as, our local addresses that we have in Ghana, where if somebody wants to actually deliver something to you, this person will ask for your address. And I know it's not common in most areas where they have their house have this unique address that you tell this delivery person or you tell anybody trying to look for you, and this person can look for your address, right? It's not that common here, but that is how the IP address of your computer is. It represents your computer on a network. So as soon as you connect to a particular network, your computer is given a unique ID or a unique code that will represent your computer on that network. So you are connected to the internet. As soon as you are connected to the internet, based on the network that you use, so you use Vodafone, MTN will assign you an IP address because you are connected to MTN will share the internet, and you can actually check for your IP address anytime through different ways, right? So this Qualys can actually take that particular IP address because that is the address that the computer has connected to the internet, and will try and scan that particular computer to look for vulnerability, that's to look for weaknesses. And by doing that, it might get the weaknesses though, but it won't give you more data as the cloud agent would get you. So that is the difference. And also, since with the IP scanner, you are scanning from the outside, if you have firewalls and security tools on your computer, it might even block it because it might think that it is somebody else or a hacker who is trying to scan your network. And that is not an accepted thing with the firewall, because they don't allow an external application, be it whatever it is, they won't allow it to scan your network unless you bring down your firewalls and other things. You grant Qualys access. So we recommend that to get more information on a particular computer, you have to use the cloud agent. And to install the cloud agent on Qualys is actually quite simple. So you open Qualys on your computer, right? And then as you log in Qualys, and Qualys is also subscription-based, you have to pay to use it. If you don't pay, you don't get a lot of, let's say, tools, because it has a lot of tools that can actually make your security more stronger. And out these tools, some of them are quite expensive, let me put it that way. So to install Cloud Agent on a particular computer, you must be here, and you have to look for what is termed as Cloud Agent here. Once you click on the Cloud Agent, it will take you to the Cloud Agent console, where you get to actually select a few configurations and do other things that you want the Cloud Agent to do for you. Now, there are 3 panels here, or 3 sub-menu here. Now, the first one is the agents, the second one is activation keys, and then the last one is configuration profiles. Now, let's look at the first one, which is agents. Now, the first one will actually give you all computers that you have Cloud Agent installed on them, all computers. So we have 35 computers that we have this agent installed on it. Now, the reason why I talk about the Cloud Agent is that it gives you more knowledge. So here, it can actually give you the location of where the computer is. So even if, let's say, your computer gets stolen and it's connected to the internet, you might even get to know where it was the last time it was on. You can even get to know where was this particular computer. And then it will go ahead and give you more information about the computer. Who is the manufacturer? What is the total memory, the size, the processors, and other things on this particular computer. And it will actually give you the network information of that particular computer. So here it is telling us the IP address of that particular computer, the IP6 and MAC address of that particular computer. Now, when we talk about the MAC address is like an ID, a physical ID of your router or of your internal modem or your internal system. It is used to identify or to actually tell the world what type of modem do you use inside your computer. So let's say that it is damaged, you want it replaced. You input in the MAC address in a search engine, you get similar ones like your modem. So the internal ones that I'm talking about. So this is the internal, that's the number given to the internal modem of your computer, put it that way. So that will be the MAC address, and then the IP4 address is your physical, the address that actually identifies a computer on the internet or on the network. There are 2 types of them. You have the IP4 and the IP6. that are two types, and each type are actually written differently, right? And then this cloud agent will actually give you your open ports, Now, when we talk about ports in IT, we have two types of them. We have the physical ports and then we have the logical ports. Now, the physical ports are the spaces that you see on your computer. So the place where you insert your pen drive, that place is called a port. You slot in your earpiece, it's called a port. You connect a keyboard to your computer, you connect a monitor, a mouse, all those things are called ports, and they are physical ports, right? And then we have logical ports. That is if your computer is connected or it is doing something wirelessly, right? What are the connections that it must use to connect to that? So Bluetooth connection, Bluetooth is not physical. So Bluetooth must have a port that you must connect with. If you are connecting to the internet must have a port that you connect with. Or if you're actually connecting to, let's say, a different computer, you want to actually connect your computer to a different computer for a wireless connection, you need a port to connect to your port for you to have that particular connection. So that's either two. The physical ones are the hard ones that we slot our USBs, and then the logical ones are the ones that allows connection wirelessly. So you get to see all those ones, especially the logical ones, that's the wireless ports. And the first one you see here is 123 UDP port 123. That allows your computer to tell time. You get it? So to tell time on your computer, it needs a port to be able to show that your computer can tell the time. And that is the port 123. And that is what logical ports are. Right. So with that cloud agent too can actually get you all the applications you have running on your computer and what are the versions that you are using. So you get to see that this particular computer has a lot of applications, and their version that they are using are also showed at the right hand side. Now, this is actually quite important because pilots can actually identify vulnerabilities this way. Let me put it that, let's say, Google Chrome, that is the web browser, has actually announced that their version 132 or 131 has a vulnerability there. So if you want to actually fix this vulnerability, download their latest version, that is the 132 or 133. So now pilots will actually first check all your apps. So if you are using Chrome, they will check the version of Chrome that you are using, and it means you are using an older version. This older version had these vulnerabilities, and the vendors are telling you that don't use the 131 again, use 132 upwards. So if you're still using 131, they will be able to capture all the vulnerabilities that are associated with 131, and then it will tell you, right? So let's look at the vulnerabilities. And then it will show that this particular computer has 26 new weaknesses, 26 confirmed weaknesses, right? And out of the 26, 20 we have confirmed and we have potential. I don't want to actually explain that. And out of the 26, 5 of them are severe, 15 of them are severe, but not that severe. So we have level 5, level 4, level 3, level 2, level 1. It shows how dangerous this particular weakness is on a particular system. So if you have a weakness or a vulnerability that is at level 5, it means that that vulnerability is quite dangerous. And if these attackers get their hands on it, or if you have it on your system, attackers can exploit this vulnerability and compromise your system or compromise your computer. That is the level, severity level 5. And then we have severity level 4 that actually talks about, yes, it is quite dangerous, but it is not as dangerous as the 5. But even with this, the attacker might get permission or might get a chance to compromise your system, but then the person or the attacker won't get more knowledge or won't get more access than the severity level 5. So this is the vulnerabilities on the system, the statistics showing the vulnerabilities on your system. Now, I can actually view these vulnerabilities and it will tell you, I'll give you more information about that. So we have the title of the vulnerability, when it was detected, and the cloud agent scans computer every 4 hours. So every 4 hours, it will scan your computer and it will give you information. So if you don't fix it, it will scan and bring you the same results. It will scan and bring you the same results. If you install a new application and it finds fault without those applications, it will add it to the other results and will bring you these new results. So the last time these vulnerabilities were detected were 3 hours ago. That means that was the last time this Qualys did its scan, or the agents did its scan. And then this is the severity level here. And let's look at this particular vulnerability. That is 7-zip. I don't know how many of you know 7-zip. 7-zip is like an application that is used to extract files. It can be used to compress files. So if you have, let's say, pictures, you want to compress it and send it to somebody, or you want to bring it all together and make it less big of a storage, you can use 7-zip to bring all those files together and compress them. That is what 7-zip is actually used for. So now there is a vulnerability associated with 7-zip. So meaning that this particular computer is using 7-zip, but the version that is using has a vulnerability inside that. So to look for that, you can actually click on to look at more information. Now let's look at the solution. Now the solution is to download the patch to fix the vulnerability, and they've given you a link. Click on this link, you go to their website, and I will tell you that download this 7-zip file and install this 7-zip file on your delete the other one that's on your computer and install this new 7-zip on your computer. As soon as you do that, the vulnerability will change, or the vulnerability will vanish. And that is vulnerability management as a whole. You identify the vulnerabilities on your computer. You look at the ones that are severe, you prioritize them, you fix them, or you install new updates to those vulnerabilities, and those vulnerabilities are out of your system. You scan again, you see new vulnerabilities. So it is a constant process. It is a cycle. You identify, you scan, you identify, you prioritize, you fix, you scan again, you prioritize. That is the entire process. And that is vulnerability management in a nutshell. And Qualys can actually help you identify these vulnerabilities. I think I wouldn't want to go more into that. I would want to end here, and another time you continue with this application and other things that they can do. So before I end, I would like to ask, are there any questions?
No question from me.
Yeah.
Me too.
Any, all right. All right. So if there are no questions, I would like to end here, and I would like to say that if you are interested in getting more knowledge in cybersecurity or learning cybersecurity, Software Freak group of companies have a cybersecurity plus course that will help you get all the knowledge that you want in cybersecurity. Wherever you are watching us from, you can actually send us a message on our social media platforms that you are interested in our cybersecurity class. And it's actually flexible that you can do it from your house on weekends. When you are free on weekends, you can actually join this class and it will teach you more about cybersecurity. The world needs 1.4 million cybersecurity professionals, and you can be one of them. And it is the fastest leading job search in modern companies or businesses across first world and second world countries. So what are you waiting for? Enroll now. Let's help you be a cybersecurity professional. Thank you guys for joining us and listening to this presentation or this threat intelligence seminar. We will meet here again, same time next week. Enjoy your week. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.